My name's Kathleen Probst, and my show at Gallery CTA is Facet. It's the first time this series is going to be shown publicly. I'm really excited about that. I'm an abstract artist. I relate most to painters because the compositions that I make are pretty much an exploration of hard edge painting. There's a couple of artists that are pretty obscure that have really influenced my work. One is Helen Lundenberg. She's a California artist. And then another artist that I'm really thrilled with is Harold Crystal. You need to look up Harold Crystal if you're interested in my work because you'll see a connection. So I start with a computer and I design abstract pieces. They start with a sketch on the computer, and I'll choose one and create a pattern. I'll print a large blown up pattern of that piece and cut it apart and use my hand-dyed fabric. When it comes to my fabric stash though, I have to create it in the summer because I hand-dye fabric both inside my house and then I also dye fabric outside. I layer it between plastic and I use actually a paint roller for a house to distribute the dye on the fabric. I auditioned maybe 15 different ways that I could add texture through stitching. And then I might send the piece out to be stitched. The larger pieces I do that, where I dictate everything from stitch length to color, or I stitch it myself. Then I finish the edges with a facing, and I do that by hand. So that's pretty much how I do my fiber pieces. The other thing that I do is painted paper collage. So I will paint, small swatches of color and cut those apart and just glue those down into different small studies. And it lets me work through some of my concepts in a much faster way. I think of my work as a haiku. It's poetry. Everything you let go of makes everything that's on that page important, in that composition, stand out and magnified. So really small decisions are really important. We landed in Idaho right after I had my kids. I specifically live right at the edge of Eagle right now because there's mountain biking right out my back door. Our whole family is way into mountain biking. We picked Boise because we could raise a family here, we could afford it, and it had the rafting and biking and all the outdoor things we love. I had kids when I was teaching, so I fit my art into that lifestyle, and it fed my need to problem solve and create. At the same time, I'm this parent, and so it gave me the freedom to be a creative person and to be a parent at the same time. Gallery CTA is just the perfect place for me to show my art. These walls, they're just perfect for my engineered compositions, and to have a place in Boise where my work is seen, that's a tall order around here, and they are so attentive to an artist's needs, and they understand how we fit in the community. It's just it's an honor to be in their place.